Night Pages edition. Freaky Deaky edition.
Night podcast.
Night pod. Hands on the table. These are.
But my hands are currently
read.
petting my dog. Here we are. Night moves.
Night moves. We have a lot to discuss tonight. You've got a lot to get through. You got a lot of writing content to provide the world with.
Don't upset me. Don't already
It's time to be upset. I wanted to wait until we were here now to tell you programming change that's occurring, which is that at least for the next, month until we get through AWP, we're going to biweekly. Weekly pod is so crazy right now.
Wow. I mean, yeah. Okay. Great.
Truly
so
crazy.
I'll miss the weekly alarm bell that you ring off when you say we have to film the podcast.
Every Wednesday comes around and I'm like, oh God, I have at least 8 hours of editing and everything else to do after this. Can we please do this already?
Responsibility.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game here at the Sickmishvili Boardman Lambkin house. Lambkin is the last name of our dog who belongs to no one. He's his own being.
And he's very active right now. So if you're lucky, I tried to make sure the frames on the cameras, if you're watching on YouTube, now have nice prime couch view. I know that Dasha's camera now has prime sleeping baby view. So maybe we'll get to see the sleeping baby. Maybe I'll, get a little... You can't train AI on an image that small. That's how I feel.
Oh, yes. I forgot we were all worried about training AI on our babies.
I think it's only me.
Okay.
I think I'm the only one that's like, I don't
Just
want...
you in the United States.
I don't want Mark Zuckerberg to know via YouTube somehow into Meta. God knows they talk to each other. I don't want him to know who my baby is facially.
Do you know what's interesting? I feel like he's just become the face of the invasion of privacy and evil, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you there's so many more evil people out there now, and we don't even know their names, but he's like the poster child for evil invasion of privacy.
Yeah, he is. He's the social media guy. That's the thing. Whereas Google helped us search, Elon Musk is just an insane, I don't know, technologist. That's a terrible word for him.
I don't know if he's a technologist.
No, I guess automakers sort of. PayPal, I don't know.
He didn't make PayPal.
No, but he took credit for PayPal and he got a huge payout.
No.
That's how he made his fortune.
That's the Tesla guy.
That's Elon Musk.
That's Elon Musk.
Isn't that what I was just saying?
You were talking about Mark Zuckerberg.
Not in my own brain. So
we're moving on.
The thing is, this is night edition. So
it's night moves, please.
It's night moves of first person present. So mistakes will abound. We're going to say a bunch of stupid shit. You'll notice that we have a bottle of wine. So the OGs who have been here from the very beginning will remember that Dasha had an idea called the Writing and Drinking Wine Podcast, where we talk about writing and drink wine and say really stupid shit about it because I don't know how to talk about wine or anything about it. So we have this. We're going to crack it for the pod. Mm-hmm. And as I work on this, why don't you tell me a little bit about all the progress you found in your manuscript recently?
Oh, reader, I'm depressed. Listener, I'm depressed. I'm not depressed. But I am struggling with finding those leisurely pockets of time that I think maybe exist for the elite class in the early 19th century that don't exist for me. It like all of the people in Anna Karenina who are not the farmers and the nannies, all of those people.
Kitty vibes.
All the kiddies and the Stefans. No, what's Kitty's husband's name? Levin. No, but that's not his first name.
Konstantin Levin.
Constantine. Thank you. Anyway, the Constantines and the Kitties. We may be getting that wrong.
Constantine's in the field. Remember, he has that beautiful but
he's like
section.
He's observing the field,
LARPing.
And then he's like a field observer and poet. He's not really gonna. Anyway, I want to be a field observer and poet, and right now I'm just in the field.
I would actually like that. That book made me want to mow the lawn.
That book reminded me that probably I will just...
Don't worry. Any sounds you may hear in the background, dear reader,
listener,
is just the battles between our dog and our cat, who at this hour decide that they want to, clown on each other all night.
Okay, so I will be reading a distinct part of my manuscript and making pretty localized revisions that I hope to be sort of a very, very last round. And
One always hopes.
One always hopes. I feel good about the plan in my head. I have mostly transferred this plan to paper, so I have a roadmap of sorts. I have not historically always had a revision plan. It's something I recommend people have. It's not something I've always done. And I have one this time, and I feel pretty good about it. So hopefully I will just follow it and achieve tremendous success. Now, the question is just how long this will take me. And you recommended to me, in the privacy of our lives, to stop trying to impose deadlines onto myself with things like this and to let the work take how long it takes. But this generally makes people like me anxious. This is too difficult for my personality type. I need to have some sort of a parameter around how long something will take me. So I've given myself this rough idea of about a month. And I think actually that's not crazy.
Sounds unreasonable.
Yes.
That's what I think.
That is what you think.
I'm saying it does sound unreasonable.
Yes, yeah. I know that. I heard you.
Especially as we're going for
on and off the air, I heard you.
Yeah. As we walked around the block last night, you're like, all I have to do is change every single scene. And to me, it doesn't sound like a month job.
Well,
but
let's see what this moth can do in a month.
We like goals. How do you feel? This is a question that I've been thinking about recently. Before we had our child, before we had our podcast.
That's actually what we mean when we say child.
Before we had all of our waking hours dominated by responsibilities, we at times would advise people that they need to find time to write, and it's all about priorities. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if you have an update to that line of advice.
Yeah. No, I don't have. My feelings are remain the same. I had a client who I worked with for, I think, over 2 years. I could be wrong. And sometimes she would tell me, it's hard for me to focus on writing in the morning because I'll see, the dishwasher needs to be emptied or the laundry needs to be done. And this was a person who actually had help in the house as well. So, but she had children and a family, kind of a bustling household. And she said it was hard for me to focus. And I just, the time that I would be using that I'm alone and it's quiet in the morning, I end up sort of just letting this stuff take over. And it seems so innocuous at first, right? Something as idle as I'll just turn the dryer on while I write, or I'll just empty the dishwasher and, get a new load going so that I can kind of multitask and be efficient. And I've since come to understand, and my friend just commented on this to me the other day, actually, that's not really how your brain works. Meaning, the second that you try to multitask and sort of get one over on the limited time that you have, you lose focus. So your best bet is to actually just have a dirty home and have dirty laundry and a dishwasher that needs to be emptied out, but protect your time.
And choose which things really matter to you.
Yeah,
and which things you can let go that you didn't have to let go before in order to continue to write.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think I've advised people and myself to protect the time that they honor, that they allocate for their work. And I believe now, as I have before, with even more concrete evidence, that it's paramount. I mean, there's no other way to do it. You just have to pretend like, nothing else exists. Yeah. And that's very, very difficult.
Traffic swerves like bees against the banks. Glass half theirs. Glass half
theirs. We have here, it only made sense to me to get this wine as our first.
The workhorse wine.
This is the workhorse. It's called Un Litro. It's a cool $21 bottle, a liter bottle at that. And we drink it all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's sparkle.
Good plain vintage.
Good plain vintage. Effervescent without being bubbly. Does that make sense? I don't think so, because I think those words are synonyms. So I feel like we're true dumbasses and dropped the ball last week on the pod when we did the Reddit post and we didn't know any of the authors that were being asked about. We really blew it there.
Emphasis on we.
We definitely, all parties involved, blew it there. So I just wanted to bring one more comment that rolled in later to get a little bit more live TV hijinks out of this.
Okay.
This is one that I think that actually we may be able to handle. I don't know if you can handle it.
Okay.
Actually. So, the Queasy Antelope says, if you remember, the question was, what would you ask your favorite writer about the craft?
About the craft, yeah. And what craft element, right.
So, Queasy Antelope said, I'd ask Kazuo Ishiguro how to be subtle, LOL, period.
Yeah. Okay.
So how are you on your Ishiguro, Dash?
I haven't read Ishiguro since grad school.
You read Ishiguro?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow. I really thought I was going to hit you with another gotcha there. I thought we were going to Lee Child you.
No, that's not. I at least have the decency to know the gender of this person. We made a terrible mistake. What do you think? What's your response to this?
This is like one of the best things that I've stumbled on directed toward our podcast, because that is the thing that I admire most about Ishiguro. I've only read one book. I've only read Never Let Me Go, and it was so painful and really difficult and slow moving, and
the experience was painful of reading it.
Yeah, of reading it, and I feel like the atmosphere of the book is also sort of, crinkly in that way, and it hurts to read it. And then when I finished it, was finally the time when I thought, oh my God, this is like one of the greatest books I've ever read.
Wow.
Because it all culminates in such a way that it's just, you never see it coming because of his subtlety, because of his slow movingness. And what I consider, this is like the paramount virtue for a writer to me, it's like his grace. His way that he can move between characters and scenes and move through a plot in a way that feels effortless. It's not that the prose is transparent, because I don't think that he's one of those types. But I just think that the movement of that novel is so like a ballet dancer, almost like very
Beautiful.
slow moving. and consistent and poised and beautiful. You know, I think Ann Beattie is another writer who has this quality to her work. How do you achieve subtlety like that in your writing?
I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you what I really think, which is a synonym for being honest.
We're working on synonym level tonight.
Night Moves is a disaster. Okay. So I think that this is voice, and I don't like to use that word in writing because I don't really know what it means, and so I don't like to justify that word because I can't quite understand what it means.
Careful, big voice is watching and listening.
Big voice is watching. But so why I say that is because I think that this is an unattainable quality on the craft level. I don't think that it is easy to teach or to revise for subtlety. I don't know how you teach someone subtlety. I think that when you try to teach someone subtlety, what ends up happening is you produce murkiness, right? So people start to, or people, what comes out on the page is someone hesitant to say what they're really trying to say, and that's because they want to be shy or coy or because they want to make the reader think or make the reader work or something like this. And these are actually all things that, yes, happen as a result of someone's sort of delicate touch, someone writing subtly, but they're not things that you should be aiming for, right? I don't think that you should be aiming to have your reader not understand what's going on.
I think that I approach this question kind of from the opposite direction of you, where you are imagining a writer who is going into their work and sort of a work that exists, and they're revising it into subtlety, where they're taking like the stated, perhaps the overstated, themes or whatever it may be, and they're like dialing them back so that it's not so on the nose or whatever. Mm-hmm. For me, my experience has always been, I write a piece, I think that I'm doing all of this like thematic work, this like character building and all of these different, arcs that people attempt on their first draft. And then I read it through after I've attained my cold eyes from like sitting on it and doing some other shit. And I realized that none of what I had intended to go into the manuscript really made it through to the reader. So I find my revision process is almost always coming from the opposite direction, where it's like, okay, I need to like highlight these things that I want to be shown versus having it all sink beneath the surface in a kind of murk, Yeah. So that's where I begin and have to get out of, versus what you were saying is like the person who revises their, I guess, like very clear, confident prose is the only way I can imagine it, into a murkiness.
I don't even think I'm saying that. I think that if you're trying to achieve subtlety, you might be revising your murky prose into murkier prose.
I would hope not. Yeah.
I think that it's pretty rare for someone... I think it's pretty rare to write clear prose, because I do think, to evoke Joan Didion. First time we're doing it in this podcast.
No, it's not. We just talked about her psychiatric notes last time, didn't we?
No, we talked about her psychiatric notes in our life.
Wow. The fourth wall is just breaking. But who's on the other side of the fourth wall? It's just you and me.
I was thinking about her book called Letters to John or Letter to John. Is it Letters to John?
I don't know. Notes, I thought. Notes to John.
Yeah.
The new book. Shout out our boy Rob Boylan for sending that through the mail.
So I was thinking about that book, and then the next day, completely unbeknownst to me, it comes in our mailbox. And I had been feeding my baby at 4:30 in the morning and reading an excerpt from that book and thinking, man, I think I'd like to read this. And it was just in my home the next day. So I felt this strange... I thought the universe is doing something. So I'll be
on the
reading
internet,
it.
they call that the Hughes House effect. That's what it's like. There's a Wikipedia article about it. You should look it up.
Okay. I will.
We've made it to Wikipedia,
since you're
babe.
telling me to. So
I'm telling my wife to look it up.
look it up on Wikipedia. So going back to Didion, so I do think that in most cases, for most of us, certainly for me, you are writing to figure out what you're thinking and what you're doing and how you're feeling. And so as a direct result of that, it's pretty rare that you are coming out the gate with clear, confident prose is, I think, how you said it. So I think the concern I would have with someone trying to write something subtle is that it's, to me, in the realm of revision, never in the realm of draft, and could very well just not be something that happens for certain people. Like, I think that there's a delicacy and a kind of a lightness to certain
Authors.
writers
Yeah.
that is an extension of their being, and there's a sort of kind of a heat and a largeness and a kind of, I don't know,
Frenetic energy.
yeah, yes, to other writers that is an extension of their personality.
Yeah, and isn't it terrible when you idolize a certain kind of writing and you're just incapable of it?
It's terrible. I mean, I think I have this problem.
I have this problem
Every
as well.
time someone tells me that something is raw,
Oh, yeah.
I get so...
She's raw, girl. I don't know. People tell me my work is intellectual, and that always kills me. I hate it so much. There's nothing I want less than to write intellectual work.
I don't want to be a steak,
I don't want to be
piece of meat.
a nerd.